So bodyweight training, also known as calisthenics, is effectively using your own body as resistance to develop endurance, to build strength, improve flexibility, agility, and mobility in your body. When we're talking about beginners, a lot of people have apprehensions towards performing bodyweight exercises. Say for example, push-ups. So the basic push-up requires strength in your core, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, and your entire midsection in order to ensure that your body stays in a straight line as you're pushing your body away from the ground. Now, a lot of people find difficulty in doing this, possibly because their strength in their arms is not as much as it's required, or their core isn't as strong to keep their body up while doing the push-up. So one can use an inclined surface like a bench or a step or even a wall in order to start figuring out how exactly the push-up needs to be done. So you can start with doing push-ups on the wall and slowly progressing by getting your body closer to the ground at a lower angle. And once you're proficient with doing the push-up movement, you can increase the difficulty by raising your feet at a level higher than your hands, basically a decline movement, and progressing towards a handstand push-up. So the benefits of bodyweight training are that you engage multiple muscles while doing a particular movement. For example, while doing a pull-up, the basic idea is to develop strength in your arms, but a lot more is going on with the body while doing a pull-up. For a pull-up to be really effective, you need to make sure that your core is engaged, your shoulders are neutralized, and you're performing the full range of motion while doing the exercise, which is basically getting your chin above the bar, making sure your elbows are in, closer towards your torso, and pulling yourself up. Now the same exercise, if you're doing it with weights, say like a bicep curl for example, you're isolating your bicep muscles particularly, so the movement is a lot easier for you to do. Now when you're moving your entire body against the force of gravity, your entire body effectively has to be stabilized in order to perform the movement the way that it's supposed to be done. Another benefit, well, you don't need to go to a gym. A lot of us have very hectic schedules, work, family, social commitments and whatnot. So the whole process of investing time in commuting to a gym, performing your workout, waiting for machines or weights to be free, then coming back home, takes a lot of time. And let's be honest, time is something that is really a crunch factor these days. Bodyweight exercises are something that you can do anywhere that you want, even at the foot of your bed. You can just wake up in the morning, do a quick warm-up for 5-10 minutes, do a few sets of push-ups, few sets of squats, do a plank for a few minutes or a few seconds, depending on what your own capabilities, and you're pretty much done within 20-30 minutes. You can make the workouts as intense as you want or as relaxing as you want. You can go doing bodyweight movements, mobility movements, flow movements for about 45 minutes to an hour, or you can do power movements, strength movements, basically improve your anaerobic endurance by doing multiple movements for about 10 to 15 minutes. With any form of exercise, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind before you get started, and even in the course of doing these movements. Always remember, form precedes function. A lot of people, even the best practitioners of bodyweight exercises and calisthenics, always make it a point that they have someone spotting them or they have a camera recording their movements so that they can make sure that when they're performing these exercises, they're performing the full range of motion. For example, when you're doing a push-up, you make sure that your arms are at least bent at 90 degrees as you're coming closer to the ground, and there's full extension when you come up from the ground. When you're performing a pull-up, you get your chin above the bar as you're pulling yourself up, and as you come back down, you make sure that your arms are neutral, your elbows aren't locked out too much, and you're not shrugging your shoulders. Slow and steady wins the race. Whenever you're starting a bodyweight exercise that you're doing for the first time, make sure that you have built enough strength and you've got your basics right before you get into the movement. So if you like this video, please feel free to drop in your comments, drop in your suggestions, ask us questions if you need to, subscribe to our channel, and there'll be more information coming your way as time goes.